Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another GuruMatt streams. I'm going to be doing another Meditative Monday, this wonderful Monday, and we are back to doing our PriZEN. Right now, we've got a lot done. We've got a lot done. Like, I'm even liking this alternate escape we planned over here. It's still, like, very unpolished, obviously. Like, I'm not entirely satisfied with, this tributary. I'm thinking maybe I want to make it, instead of having another landmass over here, I'm thinking maybe make it more of a river. So we'll have landmass in the back area and a landmass in the front area, and then just kind of a river going through it. So that's what I'm thinking of planning. And I was gonna maybe even expand out this island a bit and maybe turn it into like a. I mean, ideally, I would love to have it be like some sort of fort where they. The reason they have this fort over here on this platform is to have maybe some gun emplacements to help defend against sea invaders, but I don't know exactly how I would do that. So we'll see about that later. Hey there, Chase Brown. Good to see you. Hey there, Yoshi Crazy. It's good to have you back. Hey there, Annex. And hey there, The Creeper Plays. I hope you guys are doing well. And Chase Brown says, you didn't even do your intro. I think I did it. I did it, but like I don't know if you guys see it, because like YouTube is weird, and I did say hello and all that jazz, but I don't know if the live people saw it, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so into having this be kind of like, there we go. We're just gonna kind of cut this off over here, and we'll probably figure out that. And then I actually really like having this. Edging, and it kind of looks like a tributary into the ocean, and that's what I'm thinking. Like it's kind of like a fort on the middle of a river, and I actually really enjoy that thought. So we'll just zip around there, zip around there. Hey there, Holographic Shadow Gaming. Hey there, Not Aiden. Not Aiden was in fact the first person to comment after I put on the little notification. And then yes, Alex, I did miss you. I mean, it's good to see you back at least. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a pretty good Monday. You know, the Japan trip is actually coming up, and I'm getting like, you know, it's nervous. It's nerve-wracking. You know, I'm gonna be going away from America for a full year. So that's gonna be a trip. It's gonna be awesome, though. I'm really looking forward to it. All right. I want to get this kind of, I want to kind of clean this up a little bit more, like not have as much drastic change in the landscape. Like I don't think I'll have any single bits of individual stuff going around, because I want the beach to be a little bit more cohesive. So we'll do something like that. Okay. Cart says, but you'll do awesome. Thanks, man. Oh, Carl. Sorry. I said Cart. Carl Madison is my real life friend. He is an amazing dude. Thank you, Carl. I will do awesome. All right. So, like, I'm going to, like, fiddle around with the actual bits in my own time. I think what we're going to do for this episode is I want to design something really cool for the front. Like, we had put some initial... yeah, we want some people coming in this direction kind of stuff, but like since we're going to make this more in theme, I'm thinking what we really want to do is we want to put like a counterpoint kind of little mini castle, like what they would have at the start of a, like, I guess a toll area. This is kind of like a to keep people in, so they would definitely have some sort of, in case the prisoners had a riot and they had to pull up the drawbridge, they'd have some sort of castle at the very beginning to kind of keep everyone inside. So I was thinking what we want to do is we would kind of want to ape this on a smaller scale and have our very own little palisade. So we'll kind of start with that. And maybe even just have two, one on each side. So let's try that out. We'll see how that goes. And as always, like, I'm very much of the design and then check to see if it feels right, and then if it doesn't, redesign. because you can always change stuff around. All right, so how many? Like of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Yeah, just always liking to make it sure that it's the same size everywhere you go. Oh, and then Carl says, Caleb says hello, Matt. Hey there, Caleb. Good to I'm glad to see you, or see Carl reading. Read Carl. I don't know. Like it's like, you know, how you are when you are online. Technically, I'm not seeing you, but I get to hear your text. Okay, you know what? I actually really enjoy this. I think it's a kind of neat little start here. And then we'll go ahead and put some inside tiling. So we want to ape like how we have that. So we'll put red checkered where we go. Okay. I can dig it. And then maybe even put, like, yeah, this is what I really wanted to do. I wanted to put 2 floors so that you can have also the castle type stuff on the second floor as well. Because, you know, guards are going to be patrolling up there. So, do I just want 1 or 2? And how big do we want this? Because we might want to make this maybe like this. Oh, and then we're definitely going to actually have to change this out back to center perks just to keep it so that we have the same colors for everything. So that okay, so we learned that that doesn't actually fit too well with our staircase idea. But we can work with that. So we're basically going to be trying to work with the staircases so that it's a little bit better. And I didn't do that right. I did not do that right. So I think what our problem was is we didn't have enough indoor tile space, because you can only place this on indoor stuff. So let's just put a lot of indoor tiles everywhere and then fix it out later. What other people says? Gerald Bros asks, do you have Little Nightmares? I do not. That is one of the games that looked really cool, but I couldn't afford, and I was like, I watched like several other YouTubers play it. It seemed pretty neat. But I personally don't own it. So like, what are we thinking? So we want that like that. That like that. So we want like this, I think. Works, maybe? Maybe like one more space away, perhaps? So that it works a little bit better this way, I think. Maybe, perhaps, yes. Yes, quite. Yes, quite. Yeah, okay. I like that. We're getting somewhere. Let's see. Alex says FNAF 1 office? No, something close, something similar, not quite. But definitely want something interesting, something that's cool to look at. And I think I messed up on the placement though, because now it means that these things are going to be putting people out in an area that they can't walk in. So obviously I cannot place them directly on the edges like that. Got to put them inside a little bit more, but that's fine. We still know what we kind of want on the outer edges anyway, so that'll work. And yeah, we can probably put them in this position. Basically so that, because we know the outer edges are going to be exactly like how we're going to have the lower edges. So as long as we know that for a fact, we can plan ahead and figure out, okay, we're going to be placing this like this and having this like that. And so people upstairs are going to be able to walk out this way and then walk back around and so on and so forth. Too far. Yeah, and that's off. but you know, an easy fix. Like, does that look correct? Yes. Okay. So on the roof. No. On the second floor, we have our roof. And first we're going to have our, of course, our roof tiles upstairs. Ever so important. And I think I'm going to be replacing, I saw, what's his face? Boy Scout Wizard. I mentioned him a lot because he's kind of my, like I'm his super fan when it comes to making prisons. Like, he does such an amazing job, and I'm like, I wish I could do that. And so anytime I build a prison, I'm like, what would Boy Scout Wizard do? Chase Brown says, hey Guru, what are your thoughts on the anti-Fortnite union, and have you considered joining? I think it's kind of silly. Saying that you're anti-Fortnite is kind of like saying I'm anti-baseball. You know, it might be something that I'm not a fan of and that I might not follow, but a lot of people really like it. And so being against it is... You can do your own thing and have fun doing it, I guess, but I prefer to engage in stuff that I enjoy rather than me engage in stuff that I'm against. It's just my cup of tea. And so what, you know, you do you. So, but I'm not going to be joining. All right, and then I kind of want to go ahead and put outside tile everywhere else because I know I'm not going to be getting inside stuff. And that's kind of one of the things is outside tile and inside tile work differently. And they have different properties. So like if you have inside tile just outdoors, even if you have sniper towers on the map, they're not going to get hit because the game goes, oh, you have inside tiles. That means they're inside. Not always the case. Not always the case, game. And Alex says, Guru, can you add boats in the water that connects to the prison? Boats in the water does sound cool. But I don't know that I have it connected to the prison. I might have a boat in the water connected over here. Honestly, I think putting in a couple more boat escapes over here would be hilarious. Like, just like having a huge dock area would be just fun. Like, maybe even revamp this. Because basically I wanted this to be a viable escape, but I don't necessarily have to have just this one escape right there. I think that's actually a fun idea. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and see if I can't make a little... like, because this is kind of the... I wanted a reason for this, and it can be like a little dock area. And maybe even have it connected from the island over here. Just so that it's like, oh yeah, people can go to the dock over there, or go to this little island checkpoint. I don't know. Where did the escapes go? It's like, where did it go? So we got this. And then we can have this. And then this again. Like, does that work? Will that work? Like, it's not 100% bad, per se. But I don't know if this particularly works well. Actually, I kind of like that. Like, as a docks, that looks pretty cool. And then I'd have to figure out something to do with this island. But I like that. I kind of like that a lot. We'll even put a little dock over here as well. How's that look? Like, one of the things I regret is I kind of regret putting the YouTube castle directly in the center of the map, and that there's no like giant copy paste that I could just pick the whole thing up and move it a couple spaces at this point, because I was like, you know, actually if you kind of put it a little off center to the left, I'd have a bit more space over here on the right to do whatever I want. But like, that's kind of cool. So I like that idea. And we'll even fill in the parts where there's sand right there. Or, I mean, water right there. Just so that we have basically a giant sandbar that is what's, you know, what everything's connected to. And then we can even expand this maybe slightly and have like a little connecting dock all the way over to where the entryway is. So like it's definitely one of the things. And we'll probably put like something up top to put a store case, like some sort of storage area up on the second floor. Like maybe even make a third floor so that it goes up to the roof. But we got to be careful. Actually, we got to also make this the same as everything else. But we got to be careful because if we go too high, we would invalidate the escape. And so we want to make it so that people can use the grappling hook to get up here and then go down. So maybe even make like another storage area, or like I was thinking maybe a cannon. But you know, probably like I'm thinking like maybe put some sort of storage area over here so that like this would be the entry point maybe, and then people could break off to go over here to go inside the prison, or people go over here for the boats. Yeah, I think that could work. Oh, Maria's or Alex's meant like a custom boat with walls and not escapes. I know, like that would be kind of fun to do, but I'm kind of on a time crunch. I'm leaving on Friday, and so I can only do so much in this episodes. And so like I prefer using game assets when I can, and having all the escape boats be together like that, like I think is a lot of fun. So it kind of like meets the two in the middle where, you know, doesn't take a lot of time and it actually still looks kind of cool. Oh, and Snowy Games is saying, so relaxing. Hey there, man. It's good to see you. Not Aiden says, you did the rattlesnake spring stairs on the right side of the mini castle instead of the center perk stairs. You are correct. Thank you for pointing that out. Alright, so boop. Center perks theme. Staircase. And I'm kind of using the center perks as like the indoor area, and then wait, I did use the rattlesnakes themes on the other staircases. I still like the center perks for out here though. And yeah, we were gonna redo all the floors and everything, and maybe even do something with this space. But like I really enjoy the time we spent in making the first couple of floors, and I enjoy the fact that as you go on the roof you can look down and see all the insides of the castle. I just think that's a lot of fun, and so I'm like really happy. And now it's just like get down to the wire. All right, what are we putting around inside this thing? Hey there's Joseph, and hey there Lucas Koopa. And Lucas Koopa is saying, is this the same one you were murking on episode 1? No. I did Meditative Days, I believe, was the first prison that I did. And then I think that took like 5 episodes or so. So this, if this takes much longer, I'll be spending more time doing this than the other one. But this is a little more intricate. Meditative Days was more of a just working within the designs of the prison. This is more looking at also the outside and trying to make something unique in the outside area as well. So I like this a lot. I do. I'm just like, what do I want to do with this area though? Oh well, we'll figure that out later. But like I said, this has just been so cool, and you guys' suggestions have really helped me out. People have suggested different things on here, like putting the walls behind the cameras. I like that was a nice touch. Things like that. And like this prop corner area, that was cool. I see Alex says, Bendy and the Ink Machine, they have sent you a letter, come back home to play, but for your dismay, this isn't your day, for the happy runtime has begun to fade. That sounds scary. That's also a game I haven't played, but seen others play. Like, hey, I watch YouTube channels. Like, I enjoy them as well. And so I pay attention. I try to listen, see what people do. Oh, you know what? Here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to put in the middle here one staircase going up. If we can get to the right spot. One staircase going up. I think right in the middle here, yeah. And that way on the roof, we can have our very own... Oh, that's right. We can't have walls on the roof. We can have fencing, but not walls. Wall. Alright, so no walls. No walls. Well, no walls. We'll make it just the 2-story. That's fine. That's fine. So how did... Now I'm trying to remember how they were done in the other map that I saw. He interspaced them pretty well, actually. Oh, but he made it so that you have to do that on outside tile. Okay. Or roofing. Oh well. I'll make a roof out of it. That's fine. And we don't even need to make it like completely fenced off. We can go ahead and make the floor 2. Put this up here again. There we go. Get to the roof. And then we use the same tile that we use on the other sides. I do enjoy this tile for roofing more than the other tile. And then we can what do I want to do? I want to just kind of do something like this. And just kind of have like a, you know, this isn't meant to keep people in necessarily. This is kind of meant to more protect an area. Now this is not working. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll put it like this. I think this will work. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, we'll get the edges cleared up so that that'll work. So like in theory, if you were to actually have this on a map or like in a real life situation, you'd have guys with guns and snipers being able to shoot between the fences and like either people trying to break in or break out of the prison. Yeah, kind of like that. I kind of want this on the side though, to be clear. I think that'll work. And then Lucas is Slavic. Cool, man. That's awesome. And Alex says, Guru, after you're done, can you make a multiplayer game where you try to escape your own creation? Maybe. That is definitely a thing. We might do that on a Super Saturday Super Show, but I don't know when the next one is going to be. I'm going to be in Japan. So whenever we get around to it, that's probably going to be the case. And so I like the initial, like, little area. What can we put around it, though? What can we, like, maybe put... What will we put? What do we got to work with? Like, I'm a fan of wooden barrels. You know what? Just putting wooden barrels around this just makes my day. Because this is definitely something I would do. It's something that you'd rest your your artillery on or your weapons on as you're firing around. And I don't want to do it for the whole prison because I feel like this is more keeping people in, and this is, you know, it's a different setup over here where you're just trying to protect whatever's coming towards you. But now I'm like feeling maybe this is even too small. Oh, maybe not. We're gonna have a door right here, perhaps. So we want it to be the exact same length that we have here. And this is also a thing, like, I enjoy at least leaving a key rush into my prisons whenever I can. And so, like, this is a... Make it a key rush, but make it so that it's a little tough. So it's going to be a rush that you have to start from way out here somewhere. And then you're going to have to run by here where a lot of guards are going to be walking around. And your heat's probably going to be on you. And then go by here where... Obviously, if you don't have a contraband pouch anyway, which if you're doing a key rush, you probably don't care. So you run by here, but it also gives you spots to get indoors between the sniper's hits so that you don't actually get sniped. But I'm going to be putting like a bunch of, at least a couple of guards hanging out outside here. Like, we'll say 3. They'll just wander around this area. That way, chances are, if you're running out, one of them will spot you and try to go for you. And then, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, why don't we go ahead and put the blue checkers around here and keep that as kind of the red checkers is kind of the path tile. Like, I'm a pretty big fan for some reason of making paths on my tiles. And then I guess the whole second floor up there doesn't really matter. Most people aren't going to be looking at the second floor. And if they are, it's going to be like, oh man, how'd I get up here? Or why'd I run up here? So we'll just kind of put tiles like this and like that. Alex says Guru is the best, so is everyone else. I agree with you. You guys are the best. And then Alex says I should put an Easter egg in the prison in the prison, a room with the ink machine. I wouldn't know what the first thing to do with an ink machine, so not something I can do. Oh, you know what though? I almost missed putting out little bits of stuff over here. You know what? I kind of like that. I like that a lot because okay, so here's what it does. So if you were to try and escape and you didn't want to, if you wanted to get a red key and you didn't want a key rush, what you could do is you could get a key mold made, go up to the roof, go through the fence, and get a rope. I think it will go all the way down to the first floor, and then you can get down here. And you would bypass the need to get that, a contraband pouch. You would bypass the need for all that stuff, and you can kind of just walk your way out. Maybe I want to make these cyan doors. Because if, okay, so hear me out. If I'm doing a key rush, I don't necessarily want to make them have to just get a red key. But if you just want to get one key to escape, I want to make that an option, like an optional thing. I want to have people be able to go out that direction and feel like I only needed one key and a pair of cutters and nighttime to go and do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to make this like that. Okay. Lucas says, my grandpa was born in Yugoslavia, but it doesn't exist anymore. So if you ask, it will be Yugoslavia when it really means Serbia. Interesting. Nice little bit of family history there. I like that. I like that. I think that's cool. I don't know if I want to make any more. Yeah, I'll probably put like parking lot over here. So we'll figure that out later. And then kind of want to get rid of this. I was using this as a kind of a marker for maybe a village. Like our grand plan originally was kind of to build an entire village around the edges of the castle. And that, I was looking at that and I was like, that's a lot of work that I don't want to do. It might have been amazing. It might have looked good, but like you got to balance with what your vision is versus what you're willing to actually throw down and do. And I'm like, no, that is a step too far. But I like all this. I like having, you know, the tributary. Whoops. I like having the, all the, you know, the beaches. We'll probably keep editing until we get just right. Gotta get all the little bits done. Grazcat Gaming says, what did I miss? You didn't miss much. We are just kind of redoing a lot of things. Like we did a little bit of we added some pier action over here, which I kind of like. Like if I was more ambitious, I would definitely be doing more with this, and I kind of still want to do more with this up here, but and then we kind of revamped the guard areas down here, which I like this as a guard kind of center, but I'm thinking maybe we want to put like one more building out here, just as a I don't know, or maybe we'll like I want to put stuff here, but we've made it so small that it's kind of awkward to put anything there. Maybe I'll go ahead and put some stuff like what do we put? What do we put? Like couches too wide, maybe? We'll put some couches over here just for some rest area, and then a table on the other side, perhaps. I think that would work well. That's a medical desk, and it's facing the wrong direction. A couple of tables over here, but not those. We want like something with food on it, if we can. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like, you know, people have been, oh, my coffee. Oh, my donuts. And then stuff on the roof, of course. Like, we'd probably want to put a couple of chairs up here. Like, I'm thinking like this, perhaps? Nope, nope. Just, you know, this is like guard duty stuff. Like, I kind of like that. I don't know of anything better. Unless maybe I wanted to put... There we go. Kind of like, okay, this is where we put our guns, or... Like, this, I figure, is like if we have a ton of people around and they'd be hanging out up there. Okay. Don't want to put the table in the center of that, maybe? And maybe move the chairs on the outside? If I did that, I think I want the chairs over just a little bit more. At this point, I think I would have to put all the... yeah. I'm going to have to put all the chairs facing the table. Doesn't make sense otherwise. If they were just by themselves, then sure, they could face away from each other like we're on guard. But if there are guards hanging out here, and there are tables hanging up here, they would be like this. That way they could hang out, chat, not be bored, but still keep an eye out on the prison and people coming in. Okay. And then I'm thinking, like, I want to add one more thing at the edge of each table. Chase Brown says, I tell you, this stuff only happens when I'm around. Okay. Hey there, what's his name? That's actually his name. What's his name? 83. Nice. I like it. Oh, thanks for the subscription, man. And hello there, Moldy Macaroni. I hope you're having a lovely day. Would I even put, like, you know what? Let's... I kind of like this. And then where's the... There is somewhere on this section... There's a barbecue. There it is. I was like, where's the barbecue? What does this look like? That I kind of like. That could even be just like the barbecue area for the guards. Although what I would prefer, though... now it's just me being picky. I'm like, like that together doesn't work that great, but I think this looks good. There we go. Now we got a little picnic area for our guards to hang out, watch everything, keep good, keep all the things clear. Oh, and that's right. We got to also make sure that we do the exact same thing that we did on the other side, which is build this up to the roof. All right. Okay. So we made the key rush a bit harder. You're going to have to get 2 keys, which is still very doable, especially if you manage to snag one of the SWAT guards in here. They always carry a red key and a cyan key, which so if you lure one out and you're able to beat him down for his keys, more power to you. I'm like, you get 2 keys, you can escape. Moldy Macaroni says being able to build a basement would be cool. Yes, it would. It would be awesome. And the Not Aiden says, I hope that one day PriZEN Editor will get multiplayer doors, green key doors, keycard doors, more floors, being able to build underground. Yeah, all those things would be cool. I don't know about multiplayer doors because it's one of those scenarios where it's hard to code for and allow people to build specific multiplayer stuff. And one of the things that they do make in the actual game itself is they make all the walls unbreakable in multiplayer doors. So I don't even know if you can dig into there, but it's one of those things. And then Chase Brown says that's still easy. I never liked key rush escapes. Well, that's fine with you, Chase, but I still do. And I still like giving options. And if you like to key rush, I don't mind giving you an option to key rush. Especially because it doesn't make sense to build in a complete prison completely enclosed the entire way. Like, how would the guards get in and out? That sort of thing. It's just because you can't have silver doors. Like, you can't put a door that only guards can go through, which kind of bums me out. So, makes me go, ugh. Alright, so we will put concrete here, I think. Yeah, we'll put a concrete that away. And we'll put concrete this away. And then, like, how do I want to turn this into this? Like, maybe even like so? Kind of dial back on the beach. I will put a little more wooden decking onto this. Yes, no, maybe, perhaps, no, that does not work. That works. But maybe a dirt path going to this, yeah. I'm just like, what do I want to do with you? What do I want to do? Maybe like this. A lot of the times I build with what feels right. That's why I like to call it Meditative Mondays, is because I really do try to get in tune with what I'm feeling. And like, this is not feeling good. This is not feeling great. This is kind of like, I like having the idea of having a parking lot. I really do. But it doesn't look like a parking lot. There's no, parking lot lines. It's just a great big space with nothing in between. And so maybe if I make path and I do something like this, we'll see how this works out. And so if I put like this right here, okay, and then that would actually make it so I build the wooden decking with a pathway to the parking lot. Maybe even 3 wide. Okay, I'm liking that. Well, let's see what chat is reading. Chase Brown says, "Did you read my message about me and my friend on Tundra?" No, I did not. Let me go look for it. Chase Brown said stuff way earlier. Okay. Yeah, Chase, like, you say stuff, but then I have to, I'm looking at the map, or I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I miss things. So it's not like I can always read everything. And if I don't say it out loud, I don't know. Sometimes I try to read everything I say out, or I try to say everything I read out loud, but sometimes you guys are saying stuff I can't say. Let's see. Once I was playing with versus my friend when it was 4-4, first to 5 wins. We got Tundra. We both quit and called it a tie. Then we did a bonus round for fun. It was Tundra. We quit after that. That is perfectly acceptable responses to Fort Tundra. I know I've ended streams because I got Fort Tundra and was like, well, that's it. That's the end of the stream, everybody. And I mean, called it good. It's just one of those maps where I'm like, Fort Tundra can be fun, but most of the time it's just not worth the effort. Or maybe even not most of the time, but like a lot of the time. And part of it isn't just Fort Tundra being Fort Tundra. It's also the fact that when you're facing off against people who know the easy way out to Fort Tundra and then like beat you up for resources, and then those resources get lost, and then you're all scrambling for more resources, and it just gets into one great big kerfluffle. And then, so I'm thinking, yeah, that looks good. That looks right. That, well, now I'm like, what if we moved everything one tile to the left? Because that actually would look a little bit better. I want a little bit more spacing between those two. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but that's kind of why we do this. And it's also why I really wish I had a great big copy everything and drag it one space to the left button. But I do not. Alex says, how can Sonic avoid Okay, you're just talking about Sonic and Pikachu. How could Sonic evade Pikachu's Thunderbolt? It depends on how fast Sonic's moving at the time. Because he is the fastest thing alive. And that's like the issue I have though. Let's see, look at this. It doesn't look right. Like, okay, I can see this. And then perhaps some dirt path. Let's try that. Yeah, okay. That's a lot better. I like it. I dig it. I might even like do some more dirt pathing so that it... Okay. That's cool. That works, I think. Because like this stuff right here, it will have a little bit of like sand around it, and so it kind of looks kind of weird just going all the way out there. But this looks a bit more natural. And like I like all this. I want to do more with this stuff, so we'll expand on that later. And then I think I'm gonna move this into there. So it kind of mirrors the other path. But then I realized now I don't have... I mean, I guess cars would come out this way and then park over here. It also feels like maybe this is a little long, but if I would to move both of these down one each, yeah, that'd probably be for the best. Maybe I could just get away with doing this. Yeah, and then putting a path like boop, 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 boop. Like, that's not terrible. And I'm thinking maybe I want to go ahead and put, like, you'd have bumpers. Maybe that doesn't work as well as I was hoping. But, like, you'd have some sort of object where the car would, you know, come up against and stop. So maybe there's something good in here. Like, put hitching ropes? Yeah. Put hitching posts in front of all the cars where they would park. You know what? That kind of works. I almost want to try and put them on there. Does that work? No, not really. But I also think that we could probably put some beach tiles around the outside just to kind of surround this parking lot area so that it doesn't so it looks a little nicer maybe. It's not bad. It's a little awkward. Like, what if we tried just the outside? Just down the lines, everything else just fine. Like, what about this way? I kind of like that. It looks a little funky, but I kind of like the aesthetic. We're gonna go with that. Well, let's see. What were people saying? Lucas says, GuruMatt, would you live in a country with my ideology? I have no idea what your ideology is. And Alex says, I like your prison. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Dun 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 dun. Holy Macaroni says, maybe fence the parking spaces off in the areas where cars shouldn't enter. I don't know. That's an idea. But this is like where people would be coming in and parking and maybe dropping people off. So cars would theoretically fit in these spots. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should put pathing on the edges though, where I've put pathing over there. So kind of acts as paths where you'd park your car and then you'd walk around maybe. I mean, yeah, that actually kind of works. I kind of dig it. It's called Galactism. And, oh, that's Lucas's ideology. Galactism. I don't know. It sounds kind of cool. Like you're an intergalactic warrior. I like that idea. Everyone is an intergalactic warrior. Despite the fact that we have one galaxy that we're working in right now, we could expand somewhat in the future. It just hasn't happened yet. One day, though. And if you guys haven't seen a movie called The Last Starfighter, it's an old 80s film. I recommend checking it out. It's actually a pretty cool film. There's a dude in it who is really good at video games, and he plays this arcade game at his local RV park called The Last Starfighter. And he does so well that he scores like the top score and like an amazing number that hardly anyone could ever reach. And it's like, congratulations, you have saved the galaxy against Zur and the Urdon Armada, or something like that. And so they basically are like, cool, that's a really cool score, and the whole park celebrates, yay, good job, you did it. Then he wakes up the next day being kidnapped by an alien going, hey, guess what? We need your help to stop Zur and the Urdon Armada, or whatever they're called. I can't remember. And he's like, wait, what? He's like, so you know that game? We actually put it in various places across the galaxy. We were actually using it as a scouting tool and looking for really qualified pilots. And hey, guess what? You're a qualified pilot. Why don't you join us? And he's like, you're crazy. Take me home. So He's like, okay, fine, be that way. But then the kid discovers, oh, wait, these guys actually are serious and try to take over the universe. And so he sticks around and helps. And it's a great movie. Very full of 80s cheese. Alright, Lucas says that it has no free elections. If you break 5 laws, you're at a contraction camp. And the economy is super good. Well, that is interesting. Chase Brown says, are you excited for Mr. Ping's new challenge? Ping the GuruMatt 20 billion times. I'm not excited for that, but I hope you have fun. Alright. Okay. So we got that done. I like that. It gives us like a place of people would come in. Now I'm like, maybe, do I even need this? As like going up to the front door and turning? Because that doesn't make a lot of sense. What will we do? I think what I wanted originally was I just wanted that right there. Greenery for the most part, but then like an actual path to the front. Okay. And then maybe like an unloading area. Like this would be the deportation, debarking area. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. Let's put it 3 wide because it looks cool, and a path around it. There we go. So this is where they would come in and drop prisoners off, and they would come out here and go to their merry way, or park over here, as the case may be. And then what's his name is saying, yo, Guru, what are you going to build next? I think what I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to try my hand at building a boat on the sea. But like, I don't know how much time I'm going to be having between teaching at school. So all that is kind of like speculation for the future that I'm not sure that I'll be getting around to. But that's one of the things I would love to be able to do. Okay, so I like that. I like the edges that we got right now. I think that's cool. I think that works. I kind of want to get rid of the G in the corner. Someone was like, you should put a G on the map for GuruMatt. I thought, I was like, that sounds fun, but then, yeah, it doesn't work. And then I might want to actually build like a tiny little boat area over here. But I don't know. I don't know. I think kind of we want to go with what we got. Okay, so I think, you know what? I think we got most of what we want. We're just going to need to spruce things up. I'm probably going to do a lot of that on my own time. Not streaming because I'm just, or maybe I'll probably stream it. Let's be honest. So look forward to that tomorrow, perhaps. I'm going to be doing a ton of Twitch stuff tomorrow. Hopefully a lot of the day. I'm going to have to be doing a lot of backlog for when I'm in Japan. So look forward to that. I'm going to have to be releasing them out as I go. So tomorrow's going to be officially Twitch Tuesday. You heard it here first. See, Chase Brown says, Guru should be a guru who is with me. I mean, all that it takes to be a guru is you calling yourself a guru, really. I don't think there's any other qualifications. And what's his name says, I'm lucky I get to watch your stream instead of going to school because I have the chicken pox. Well, I hope you get better from the chicken pox. Although I am grateful that you get to watch my stream. That is really nice of you to have around. I mean, you're really nice to have around. I know that sounded weird, but I meant to say you're really nice to have around. Yoshi Crazy is saying backwards message. Nice, Yoshi. And yes, Moldy Macaroni, the boat, I'm looking forward to doing. If I can do it in the future, I would love to. And I kind of would like to do it over here. Like, there is space for it, but or maybe even over here, but I don't know that I'll have time. I want to submit this map for the challenge map. You know, there's a, if you guys aren't aware, there is a Team 17 is doing a contest, and basically it's you make a map and have contest in the name of the map between now and March 21st, and it'll be entered in, and there'll be 2 grand prize winners, and each of them will receive £20 from, or 20 euros. I think it's euros from Steam. So if you're interested in doing that, feel free. I think Boy Scout Wizard might be winning one of them. He's got like 3 maps he's all released within the span of a couple days, and they all look awesome. So, I mean, like, more power to the guy, but he is just a beast. So, anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, remember to hit that like button. It does help me out. I love hearing what you guys have to say, so feel free to leave a message down below if you like. And of course, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when I'm live if you want to. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember, good luck escaping.